This is your fix.
I'm your host, Stassi Schroeder. Welcome to Tell Me Lies, the official podcast. What's the most unhinged thing of season 3?
Steven, because he's so evil.
I do think he is misunderstood.
You see everyone face consequences.
It's intoxicating. The writers just know how to trick you. There's always a twist in this show. Tell Me Lies, the official podcast, January 6th, and stream the new season of Tell Me Lies, January 13th on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
British Spy Stories Season 6 Counter-Strike Episode 14. Lara stands at the kitchen window watching the shed at the bottom of the garden. Yesterday she had spent 6 hours at the Tidworth Camp Medical Centre, sitting at Tom's bedside. He hadn't regained consciousness before the doctor on duty told her to go home. But Lara didn't sleep more than 2 hours last night, partly because she's worried about Tom, but also because she can't get the phone in the shed out of her mind. She opens the back door and walks to the bottom of the garden. The shed door creaks as she pulls it, and the smell of bleach is still hanging around. She grabs the bag from its hiding place. Back in the kitchen, Lara washes off the bleach as she imagines that water isn't going to do any more damage to the device. She still hasn't completely decided what she's going to do. If he's being unfaithful, she'll confront him and tell him that he must end it now, particularly with a baby on the way. It's 9 a.m. when she arrives at Tidworth. She walks to her office and puts the bag with the phone in it on the floor, out of sight. Despite her washing it, the bleach is still seeping out to her nostrils and nagging at her mind. The conference room at the end of the corridor has been requisitioned by MI5 to run their investigation about the gassing of the tank crew. Eventually, after her morality wins the battle, Lara walks up to the plain black door of the room and knocks too loudly. A ginger-haired man that she doesn't know opens the door. "Can I help?" he says. "Is Millie in here?" "Millie?" "It's me." Lara can hear Loxby's voice call out from somewhere inside. Then she appears in the doorway. "It was my cover," says Loxby to the ginger-haired man, and he walks away into the space beyond. "Can we talk?" says Lara. She's more nervous than she had intended. "Let's go outside," says Loxby. They make iced coffees in the kitchen and walk to the sun-trap wall, where they had lunch on Loxby's first day. The service roads and low buildings of Tidworth Camp stretch out in front of them as far as the edge of the training area, and after that, the army land disappears across England, all the way to the horizon. "I lied to you. I know. Tom has been acting oddly." "In what way?" "Secretive." "For how long?" "A couple of weeks. I think he's having an affair." "How do you know?" says Loxby, checking Lara's eyes for her honesty. "Just a feeling. I am his wife. Has he been unfaithful before?" "No." "You're sure?" "He's charming. Not with me, though." "He was suspicious of you," says Lara. "All your questions. He was right to be suspicious, wasn't he?" "It's my job, Lara." She steers them back to Tom. "What's he been doing specifically? What evidence have you got for his secrecy?" "I found this." Lara pulls the phone from her bag. "He put bleach on it and threw it away in the dustbin. He thought I wouldn't notice." Loxby takes the phone. "Can you find out what's on it?" says Lara. "You have techies, don't you? They can hack it or something." "I'll ask them. But if he was just having an affair, it's probably not of interest to us." Lara's face suddenly looks pained. "Did anything else happen apart from the crew getting gassed, Millie?" Loxby's senses rise, as the fact that the Challenger 4 tank has been stolen is only known to MI5 in the conference room, and to Colonel Moore. "What do you mean? MI5 being here?" And you lot all snooping around since they were gassed? It seems a lot of time and effort over an accident during army practice. Loxby is not going to respond to that, so she ignores the point. What other things has Tom been saying in the last few weeks? He was talking about getting posted overseas? Cyprus or somewhere? Getting away from here? Lara's eyes are watery now, and she feels as though she's saying far more than she had planned to. Don't soldiers talk about new postings all the time? Not Tom. Tidworth is his Camelot. The Royal Tank Regiment has been his dream since he was a kid. It's the best in the world, he says. There's a pause and Lara drinks some coffee. I'll get this phone analysed, says Loxby. Once we see what's on it, we'll know a bit more. Lara nods silently. I need to get back. Go and sit with him. So you're there when he wakes up. Loxby returns to the conference room. Connie Barrett is reading documents from one of the computer screens that have been set up by MI5 Tech Branch. Ma'am, have you got a moment? Connie smiles politely as Loxby sits in the swivel chair next to hers. The young woman holds up the mobile phone from Lara. This was just given to me by the tank commander's wife. She found it in the dustbin of their home, and it had been doused in bleach. When? Says Connie. In the last 2 weeks. Connie calls across to the ginger-haired man. Ben? He walks over to them. Get this to Tech Branch. Mum? It's urgent. Yes, Mum. Ben immediately grabs his jacket from the back of one of the other chairs in the room and hurries out. Connie calls to the 2 remaining MI5 officers in the room. Hopwood, Bishop, report backs on the crew, please. Gather around over here. The agents slide their chairs near to Connie's desk and start to report on the results of the detailed trawl into the backgrounds of the crew members of the Challenger 4. The driver, gunner and loader seem to have nothing unusual in their backgrounds. The final member of the crew to be discussed is the tank commander, Tom Beecham. Go ahead, Hopwood, says Connie, to a blonde woman in the group whose eyes are the palest blue. Thomas James Beecham, born on the 28th of November in Lincoln, she begins. His parents were David, a financial advisor, and Yvonne, an accountant. He's an only child, state educated, but he did well at his secondary school and got a place in Oxford, Balliol College, studying history and politics. He went straight into Sandhurst after uni and did the normal 44-week basic training, then specialised in mechanised warfare. He was posted to Catterick with the 1st Yorkshire Regiment Light Mechanised Infantry, then was promoted to captain and got a transfer to the Royal Tank Regiment here in Tidworth. Personal life? Says Connie. Married to Lara Mary MacDonald 2 years ago, says Hopwood. Her father was in the Royal Air Force until he retired due to an injury. She has 2 sisters. They grew up in various places as their father was posted, including RAF Coningsby, Marham and Lossiemouth. We've done data sweeps of both families, says Connie. Yes, nothing out of place. So, focusing on Captain Beecham, have we got his military record from the Colonel? Not yet, Mum. Connie looks frustrated. Loxby, tell us about your interactions with Beecham and his wife. Loxby relates the night in the officers' mess and the various conversations that she has had with Lara, including that the woman is pregnant. Bishop, what do we know about the tank that has disappeared? Says Connie. The Challenger 4 begins a dark-haired man with dark eyes and black-rimmed glasses. It's still a prototype, not planned for deployment for another 2 years. Captain Beecham is one of the few tank commanders who've used it in exercise. The forensics of the crime scene show the tank was dismantled in a barn near where the crew was found unconscious. There are fresh tyre markings for 2 heavy goods vehicles. We have no CCTV around the site, so we don't know what they look like. The tyres were all Michelin X Multi-Z, one of the most commonly used on 44-tonners. So it doesn't help us. Ports? Connie is sounding curt. All exit ports in the UK have either police, special branch or MI5 resources deployed now, says Hopwood. But we don't know what we're looking for. They're just 2 big trucks, amongst 1,000 big trucks. Ask GCHQ for any intel they can find using the tracking systems, says Connie. They should focus on vehicles with some Russian connection that arrived in the UK in the last 3 weeks. There was another thing, says Bishop. A large group of people booked into a hotel 2 weeks ago. The hotel is 5 miles from the crime scene. They had Bulgarian passports and were supposed to be going to a conference about paper. They all booked out in a hurry overnight and flew out of Heathrow. We checked the passports. They were all forgeries. So the dismantling crew has flown the coop, says Connie. Yes, Mum. I'm giving us another 24 hours to find something, or we'll put an X13 order into the JIC on emergency session to close all UK ports and airports. Connie refers to the Joint Intelligence Committee, the body of people who advise the UK Prime Minister on security matters. Loxby, help them, can you? We need everyone tracing those heavy goods vehicles. Time is running out. It's early evening when Anessa Orlova's Aurus Commandant SUV comes to a standstill outside the gates of the house at Forte de Marmi. What's this house? Says Veronica. Our summer place, says Lydia, wistfully. The gates start their opening sequence, and the tyres crunch on the gravel. Lydia is the first one out when her mother pulls up. She knows the front door code and hammers it into the panel, then has gone before her mother can tell her to stop. Veronica takes a suitcase from the back of the car and follows Inessa inside. As they walk in through the front door, Lydia's voice cracks across the silence. Mama, Mama, it's Maxim. The mother can feel her heart miss a beat when she sees her son and the blood on the floor. Her daughter is next to him, listening for breath, her ear close to his mouth. He's alive, Mama. It's only his arm that was bleeding. Lydia and Veronica lift the boy and carry him to a sofa in the lounge. Then Inessa sits down next to him, willing her son to open his eyes. Veronica brings antiseptic and a bandage, and they clean the wound and wrap it carefully. Maxime? His mother's voice rides softly on the air. She repeats his name more loudly and pushes his hair from his forehead. His eyes start to move. Then they open, and she smiles. Mama, my little boy. Papa was here. Did he do this to you? Her eyebrows scrunch up. A burglar, Mama. I fought him. She smiles through watery eyes. Where's Papa now? He left. Someone's chasing him. They want to kill him, he said. Who? He didn't say. They may have killed Nasha. What? Why'd you say that? There's a finger in your bed upstairs, cut off. How'd you know it's hers? Says Inessa. He shakes his head. I didn't look closely. She stands and walks up the stairs to the master bedroom suite. The finger is still there under the quilt cover. Inessa collects tweezers from the ensuite bathroom and an empty makeup bag, then returns and drops the finger and the tweezers into the bag. Veronica is bringing in Lydia's suitcase from outside, and they meet in the hallway. Take this bag, Veronica, says Inessa. Strip the linen from the master bedroom and burn it all. There's a brazier at the bottom of the garden. She returns to sit back down next to her son. It's a man's finger, not Signora Marchetti's. It's not Papa's. He had all of his. I know your father's hands. She smiles. How are you feeling now? Hungry. I'll make you some pelmeni. She kisses his forehead and goes to make the dumplings. When the family is having breakfast the next day, the front door buzzer sounds. Veronica presses the button on the panel in the kitchen to see who it is. Is that Mrs. Orlova? The woman's voice from the speaker grill speaks in Russian. "I've news of your husband." Veronica looks at Inessa and scrutinizes the woman outside. She doesn't know her. "Who are you?" "A friend of your husband's, Mrs. Orlova." "Are you Russian intelligence?" There's the briefest of pauses before the woman says, "MI6, madam." Inessa presses the gate release, and Talgarth waves to Gabby, who is sitting in the Aston Martin on a side road. She pulls across the highway and into the garden of the Orlovs' house. As she gets out, Inessa and Maxim are at the door. "You were the post girl in Prague," says the mother. "We've been watching you to ensure your safety, Mrs. Orlova," says Gabby. "Why has MI6 been watching us?" says Maxim. "Are you after Papa? He told me someone is trying to kill him. Is that you?" "When did he tell you that?" says Gabby. "When he was here the other day. I helped him escape." "Maxim, be quiet," says the mother. "We're only trying to protect you, Mrs. Orlova. We're not the enemy. Can we talk inside?" "If you have guns, leave them in the car," says Inessa. Gabby and Talgarth stow their Glocks in the Aston Martin's secure gun store and go inside. They walk across the vast marble hallway and into the lounge at the back. "We need to take you to a safe house," says Gabby. "We're not going to do that. We've only just moved here for our safety." "You're in danger." "I'm aware." Inessa's eyes have a flash of superiority. "Do you know where your husband is?" says Gabby. "We've been trying to speak to him." Gabby looks at Maxim, but he remains silent. "Why do you want him?" "I've been tasked with keeping you and your children safe, madam. We've done this many times. You won't be in danger if you come with us now." "Why are we under British intelligence protection?" "If you don't know, I can't tell you." Inessa turns away from the two spies and walks to the large windows that run across the back of the room and show off the garden at its best. After a minute, Gabby says, "Mrs. Orlova, Moscow will have people on their way right now. Maybe they have people here already." "They don't scare me," says the Russian woman. "I've lived in this world of espionage for 30 years. We've always been in danger. This is no different. How many guns have you got in that car of yours?" Inessa doesn't turn back to them. "Our handguns, some automatic weapons and grenades. Why?" "We're staying. If anyone comes, we'll fight back. That's my final decision. I'm not going to keep running." Gabby pulls Talgarth aside so that Inessa can't hear. "Call London. Get armed resources here in 12 hours. We'll set up a sealed compound so no one can get in." "Yes, ma'am." "As soon as that security get here, you and I have a job to do," says Gabby. "As his son confirmed, Orlov is being hunted down. That's undoubtedly the Russians, wanting to stop him defecting. But we still don't know why he ran when we found him in Prague," says Talgarth. Gabby nods. "There's a missing piece to this jigsaw, Ivy, and we have to find out what it is before a Russian assassin catches up with Alexei Orlov."